Hey, third grade, this is Miss Liberty with your reading lesson for today, Monday, September 21st. Today we are going to work on mini lesson number 4, part 1. Many readers participate in book talk groups at home or in school so they can share their enjoyment and deepen their understanding of particular texts. Today we will read a poem called Great Travels and learn how to prepare for our group discussions. Some questions to think about before we begin. What is your experience with book clubs? Have you been a part of one? Maybe in kindergarten, first or second grade? Maybe with your family at home or your friends? Maybe as part of a church group? What were some things that went well or maybe not so well? So think about that as we get started with our book talk discussion. Readers get ready for book talks by carefully reading their texts and thinking about interesting connections that they want to share and or points they want to understand better. Before we read Great Travels, let's take a look at what good listeners do and say, because one of the most important parts of being in a book club is being a good listener. So good listeners listen with their ears, their brains, and their hearts. They look at the speaker to show respect. They connect to ideas being shared. So, for example, if I'm reading a book and sharing about Curious George, and then somebody were to make a connection about what they want for lunch that day, that's not really a connection. So we want to make sure that our connections are about what the person in your book club is sharing. They nod their heads. This is a really simple way for us to show that our ears are working, listening, and we are understanding what our book club is talking about. Think about what the person is saying and think about trying to make a connection or asking them a question. So going along with asking a question, here are some things that you could say during a book club. I agree with you because I have a different idea than yours. I am wondering about something you said, or I have a question about what you just said. I would love to hear more about, if you were to say this to somebody in your book club, I would love to hear more about. They are going to know that you are really interested in paying attention in what they're sharing. And then finally, which part of the text makes you think that? So you're just asking them to provide evidence and support for their opinion. For the first part of our poem, Great Travels, let's focus on what good readers do. So as I read the first part of the poem, I want you to be listening with your ears, brains, and hearts. Look at the screen to show respect, since this is a video. Connect to ideas being shared. Nod your head as I read. Think about what I'm saying and think about making a connection or asking a question. Great Travels by Shelley Carlin. Gran and Poppy love to travel. They have traveled far and near. Whenever they travel, I can expect dozens of pictures and postcards to appear. There's Poppy on a camel and Gran feeding a gazelle. They've even been to Cairo and the Great Wall of China as well. I have cards from Rome and Paris, coins from Bangkok in my bank, pictures of them sailing in the Hawaiian Islands, and splitting coconuts, whose milk I see they drank. So as I was reading the first part of that poem, I hope you were nodding your head and thinking about what I'm saying and thinking about even making a connection to maybe places that you and your family have traveled. Maybe your grandparents or family members love to travel and you have heard about their adventures. For the second part of Great Travels, let's focus on what good readers and listeners say. So good listeners say things like, I agree with you because I have a different idea than yours. I am wondering about something you said. I have a question about what you just said. I would love to hear more about, or which part of the text makes you think that. They've gone camping in the Rockies, even in the cold. They've floated in the Dead Sea. Gee, my Gran and Poppy are quite bold. Gran and Poppy love to travel great distances on both land and sea, but the best part of their travels is coming home to me. Thinking about this poem and thinking about what adventures they've been on, I would love to hear more about their adventures and places that they've been. I think that Gran and Poppy really enjoy their vacations, but I also think that they enjoy coming home to their grandchild because it looks like they are all smiling and happy to see her. I wonder if you agree with that, or if there's any part of the text that makes you think that. Our next page on Zoom today was used to practice fluency. So when we practice our fluency, that is when we practice our rate of reading. And it is not about trying to read as fast as we can. It's about making our reading smooth and like a car, not a car stopping every 2 minutes or a robot, making it a smooth read like a car driving down the street. So I'm going to reread the entire poem to you and then share with you what you all will be doing on Seesaw today. Great travels. Gran and Poppy love to travel. They have traveled far and near. Whenever they travel, I can expect dozens of pictures and postcards to appear. There's Poppy on a camel and Gran feeding a gazelle. They've been to Cairo and the Great Wall of China as well. I have cards from Rome and Paris, coins from Bangkok in my bank, pictures of them sailing in the Hawaiian Islands and splitting coconuts whose milk I see they drank. They've gone camping in the Rockies, even in the cold. They've floated in the Dead Sea. Gee, my Gran and Poppy are quite bold. Gran and Poppy love to travel, great distances on both land and sea, but the best part of their travels is coming home to me. As I look at this poem, this is one of the first ones that we have taken a look at. Each of these paragraphs is called a stanza. So on Zoom today, each student read a different stanza. So we have 5 stanzas in this poem. And I'm also noticing that every other word in this poem rhymes at the end of each sentence or phrase. So we have near, appear, gazelle, well, bank, drank, cold, bold, see, and me. So just some quick facts about fluency and poems. On Seesaw today, you will be sorting what good listeners should do or say during a book talk. So be careful as you're reading because I'm going to try to trick you and put in some things that we should not do or say during a book talk. Let us know if you have any questions.